are live. I'm Savage Squishy86, and we are continuing our live stream coverage of Bloodborne. Good coffee. So, here we are. I took a little bit of time to do some farming, so I got my hunter a little bit stronger in the play field. So we're gonna just focus entirely our attention in its entirety on Chalice Dungeons. So let's get to it. I hope you guys had a great day. Unfortunately, I had originally had plans to go out to have a meeting today. And unfortunately, I did not get my medical transport, so I ended up staying home, which is okay because I got to do a little bit of tidying up and playing a little bit, getting myself polished up with this so I could do a little bit of live stream. So here we go.
Oh, Lawrence, Master Willem, somebody help me, unshackle me, please, anybody. I've had enough of this dream. The night blocks all sight. Oh, somebody, please.
Poor German. He's basically trapped here in the hunter's dream. If you don't understand the reasoning behind that, I'll explain later when we actually accomplish some of the playthroughs. Now, typically, we're not supposed to hear that there. We're supposed to see him back here, but for whatever reason, the game seems to be bugged and we're not able to see that, so... But yeah, I mean, he's basically trapped here. So we're not going to do the Curse of Marion. I've actually been avoiding that. But we are going to do is the Fetid Hintertomb. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to get some of these other Chalice Dungeons done since we've pretty much got the ball rolling in that capacity. So the Fetid Hintertomb will be our main go-to at present for this one. And then I think we'll do the Alien Loran. And I believe the other one. I'm not sure what one was. So right away, we're going to go ahead and write the lantern. We're going to get ourselves situated with our first side area up ahead to our right. Better be careful. I don't know what kind of threats we're looking at here, but obviously I don't want to make sure I'm not getting ambushed, so I'm being due cautious. Doesn't seem like they will have much in the way of danger here, but I don't want to take the chance of that because it is a Fetid Chalice Dungeon, so there's always a potential implication of there being a case of that. Hintertomb, I believe you get a lot of arcane blood gems. I think you get a lot of triangular blood gems, so that's probably the good thing is if you're looking for particular gemstones, there's certain Chalice Dungeons that will give you certain gems. Now, obviously, the Marian ones will give us radial ones. The Hintertomb ones will give you triangular ones. And I believe the Loran ones will give you beast ones or crescent moon ones. Eastern ones will give you arcane ones. So, I mean, we'll get an idea once we get further into here. Right away, obviously you can see we got pretty much got ourselves some potential threats. These ones are particularly gifted with magic and poison, so... We'll just go ahead and just get ourselves in a position where we can actually take some engagement into consideration. Here we have a ghoulie. Over here, grab the throwing knife. Now, obviously, we can see the red aura on this big old ghoulie, so chances are he's going to have something for us. 2 mold, level 2, not really much of anything we can't really get anywhere else, but we'll just go ahead and run with it. Just switching out my gear a little bit here. I want something a little less powerful. We don't really need anything in the way of power. I'm going to keep the rifle spear on just for extra power. And right away, we're going to have this chest here with Ritual Blood level 2 in it. Go ahead and climb the ladder. And then we will proceed into this room with this door. And here, it looks like we have... Up ahead, we have a mad one with flaming sickles. That's enough out of you. And with that, we'll get a Sage Wrist, open the coffin, and inside, let's see what we find. Bloodstone chunk. Okay, goody. Oh, down here at the bottom of the stairs, we'll have 2 bodies. One with quicksilver bullets, and the other with a throwing knife. And then we will just go ahead and drop down here, get our torch out, so we can see what we're dealing with. And right away we can see there is a ghoulie here. We'll just get rid of him out of our way. I'm not even interested really at this point of getting echoes. There's not really much we're getting paid out here, so this isn't really going to be a bank-breaking Chalice Dungeon. I think the biggest thing we could hope for here is pretty much getting the existential chalices that follow up with it, you know, like Hintertomb, Root, etc. So, we'll double back. And into the first lair we shall go. Light the lantern. Pebble on the body, and doesn't look like... Looks like this is the way we want to go. It just amazes me how these guys get the carts down here with the stairs. Doesn't really seem to make much in the way of sense to me. Rats in both dungeons. We'll go ahead and get rid of the mad one first. And we've got a Murky Blood Gemstone, Quicksilver Bullet, 6 Pebbles. I used up a lot of my Pebbles from my previous playthrough earlier, just doing farming inside that one Chalice Dungeon with the Cursed Chalice Dungeon. Getting a lot of pay out of echoes for that. And we got 2 mold. And more 2 mold. We'll head over here. There looks like there's a ghoulie. And then over here, some blood vials. Now we'll make our way out. Use this as our exit strategy. And I believe our exit is... Where is it? I think it's over here. Bingo! Out we go! So pretty much right away we'll go right into the thick of this first boss fight, into this first Chalice Dungeon, which I believe will be something either... Keeper of the Old Lords. Okay, good. Yarnum, Charred Hunter outfit, and we'll basically just go from there. We're not going to really sweat about echoes, we just want to get through this asshole. I want to get through this guy as fast as possible. Oh, no, you don't. Nighty-night. And he will drop us a sharp blood gemstone and twin bloodstone shards. Easy peasy. Light the lantern. And just drop down. And on to the next Chalice lair. Welcome to the stream. So after we get off the first Chalice elevator, we'll head right for the second lair right away. We're going to just go, we're going to shotgun our way through this super fast as we can. We're not pursuing echoes at this point. At this point, we're just navigating the level. We want to get through this as fast as possible. The faster we get through it, the faster we can get moving on into the next Chalice Dungeons. This is strictly going to be a Chalice Dungeon playthrough of this particular stream, so we're going to be doing nothing but exploring Chalice Dungeons. So as soon as we get in here, we're going to see that this is a closed little dark corridor. The door is there leading into the next lair, so we're going to head back and up with the elevator, with the ladder, which is right here. This is rather dark. To our left, to our right at the top of the ladder, we're going to head out through this corridor. And we have a passage going to our right and a stairwell going down. First place we'll go is down. And to our right, looks like we have some ghoulies ahead of us. Multiple ghoulies. And looks like they're imbued with poisonous power. Looks like these guys are some tough customers. Not really. Stop ringing that damn bell. So as you can see, by that asshole ringing his bell, he basically summons the attentions of everybody that's either down or in the area. So I'm pretty sure the other ones are running here, if there are anyone else. Opening up the coffin, you'll get the Sage Wrist, grab the blood vials, and any other resources they grab. Of course, I'm going to taunt because the game's controller is really kind of squirrely. Cold Blood Dew as well, and then go over here and grab an additional blood vial. And then double back the way we came to that central stairwell. And then once we get to the top, we're going to take the left for that path that we actually saw earlier. Witches. Easy work. Ritual blood off the body. and some pebbles from her. And some more pebbles from the body as well. So pretty much you get either one or two things. Matter of fact, I might actually take the time to pull up the Bloodborne Wikipedia and actually pull them up because there's greater detail that might explain a bit more if you decide to do Chalice Dungeons with fetid, cursed, or rotted offerings. So, but right away we're gonna... Oh, we got a mad one that's gonna try to ambush us. And she is down for the count. What are you doing, dude? Why are you taunting? I don't know why you keep doing that. I'm not doing a motion-activated thing. So once we pull the switch, that will open up the path leading to the next gate area for the lair. So we're gonna just follow our way back. Here we have a door leading back. This looks like this could be... Yep, this is a shortcut back the way we came. This was actually locked. We didn't see this, but I'm glad we found it. Then we have to run all the way around. So sliding on the ladder, I don't know, I keep saying elevator for. Sliding on the ladder, turn around and head to the second chamber door. Obviously directly ahead of us we will have another one of those damn tomb prospector hunters. Let's get rid of him. Come here, asshole. Come get it. Once we dispatched him, we have a side area. Let's check that out before we pursue the second boss. As I said before, I'm not going to worry too much about echoes right now. It's far from my scope of concern. Looks like we got phantoms. I'm not going to deal with them yet. I will pursue where Mr. Ghoulie was going, though. We have a stairwell. Let's explore that going down. We have a nightmare. We got another tempering blood gemstone. Another nightmare. Level 2 tempering blood gemstone. On the right, a corpse with pebbles and offer. So, we obviously got these bitch summoning phantoms, so we gotta find her and we gotta eliminate her. So let's go get her. We'll head back the way we came, to this corridor up here. Obviously, she's down there summoning these assholes, so we're gonna go ahead and get... There she is, right there. No more bell-ringing beast for you. Over here we have two bodies, ritual blood on both of them. And now we will pass through this passage, across the drop, take a left, deal with the ghoulie, and then this asshole before he rings his damn bell and wakes everyone up. We have a chest here. We'll open that up, and inside we'll find some vile bloods. Blood vials. Vile bloods. Blood vials. I get that confused. Another word I get twisted. Oh! Now, I want to try this. Okay, here we go. Here's our next door we want to go through. Nightmare. Why the hell do you keep taunting? I don't want you to taunt. I want you to move. We got a mad one here, which we will intercept, and visceral attack. And she will give us some sage wrist. And then inside the coffin, we will find a heavy-blooded gemstone, a droplet gemstone. So that is pretty good. That's a good find. Droplet gemstones are very hard to come by. So if you can find them, it's good to actually keep them. I try to keep, even if they're low rank ones, I keep them because they can be used in any number of ways. Basically, they fit any and all weapons that have a different gemstone layout. So even if it's a low ranking one, hold on to it. Stash it. Put it in your storage if you don't want to use it. But at least you can say you have it. And then you can probably see about farming them. The best one in the place, probably, I would say, to farm good blood droplet gemstones would be to kill a Garden of Eyes, which are those ugly singing women that turn you frenzy. So once we enter this room, we will have a beast-possessed soul. And that's easy work. One beast-possessed soul down. And we got a twin bloodstone chunk, and we got a tempering blood gemstone. So we'll light that. And head down to layer 3. We should get a root chalice dungeon or a lower Hintertomb chalice at this point. With this next, with this final, inkling. So up here above us we can see there is a balcony, so we obviously have a secret area leading into this next third chalice lair. We're gonna find it. We're gonna go ahead and light the lantern, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started with the next operating of this memorandum. Once we enter the room, gate is obviously to our front. That will be our way out. Over here on the left that we just walked past, we didn't see it, is some bone marrow ash. Up above us we got a ghoulie who's firing shots, so we'll take the opportunity to get an easy hit on him. Oh! 2 ghoulies with shots. Asshole. So with them 2 dispatched, we got a door here. We cannot go through because it is locked from the other side, so we're going to leave some coins to show that this is actually a way out. You know, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Augur of Abritus for a little bit, because I haven't really used it in a long time. I'm actually feeling quite unique in it right now, so I think I'll have the Augur of Abritus ready. And then what we'll do is over here, we'll have another door. Open that up. And we have poison. So we have to be careful here. Matter of fact, we should probably put on some medicine. And here we have 2 doors. One going to the front and one going to the right. We'll take the one to the right first. Which will take us to this balcony. which is actually, technically, this isn't really a secret area, but it is a balcony, so it's all the same. We'll take it. Inside, we'll find 3 bloodshot eyeballs for ritual materials, and then we'll double back. And we will head to the right. Dispatch the ghoulie. Grab the blood vials off his body. And then here, it looks like we have a huge crevice of an area. Looks like we got a rifleman. Quick throwing knife there. Pretty much as a foregone conclusion, that would have been a dead shot. Once you've dispatched them, open the coffin here. Inside, you'll find some sage wrist. And then in here, we will have another door. Open that one. And it looks like this is going to take us to another area. Wow, where are we going? I think this may be actually a side area that's ahead of us. This is actually taking us a bit out of our way, but over here across from us there'll be a chest with 2 mold in it. Open that up. And now we got a circular stair room. Wow, this is very extensive, this one. We're gonna head downstairs now. And it looks like we got some rats. I see Nightmare got away from us, so we'll exit this and come back into the fold just to see about getting that next one. So we'll go ahead and exit. We'll cheese it out. Make that Nightmare come back into the fold so we can get him. I didn't know he was there, otherwise I would have pursued him first. So let's go ahead and just launch it right away, get back into the throw of it. So we got a temporary blood gemstone from that job, and then we'll head over here into this cavern area. We actually have already come this way, so we want to, I think, see if there's another way, another tunnel that we didn't get to explore. Okay. No, actually, wait a minute. Oh, one of them got killed by one of those guillotines. Whoops. I like that a kick in the head. Oh, it was him. He got killed by the guillotine. So we're gonna head down this tunnel, I guess. We came down that stairwell, so we're just gonna come down here. It's weird. Oh, here we got rats. These ones are doing rapid poison effects, so we'll have to be careful with them, but we've taken care of them all, so that's good. We'll go over here, grab the blood vials, and right away we already have a couple ghoulies lying in wait. Ooh. Guys just lurking in the dark, eh? So right away, we pretty much is nothing else here for us, so I guess we'll go back the way we came. I thought maybe this would lead us up somewhere, but it doesn't seem like it does. So we'll double back and find our way up across that bridge with the guillotines. With the pendulums, excuse me. I don't know why I keep calling them guillotines. I'm getting my language, my lingo and language screwballed right now. So obviously that's not a way out. So we'll pursue over here. Nothing in this area. So I'm not sure. Maybe we'll drop down here and see what we can find down here. Okay, here we go. We got business. There's one. Quicksilver bullets. And make our way through the guillotine. Get out of my way. Yep, this is a side area, so I'm pretty sure there's a side area that will lead us to this. So here we have opened the coffin, and we got some frenzied cold blood. And then we will grab the quicksilver bullets off of the body of the mad one, the throwing knives off this body, and then also the bone marrow ash off that body, which is kind of good because ultimately we won't have to worry too much about resources. Some of the most expensive things you could hope to buy in the shop for resources is pretty much like bone marrow ash, blue elixir, fire paper, bolt paper. These are all things you don't want to spend a lot of your echoes on, but unfortunately in some cases you will have no choice but to do so. So we'll go ahead and double back the way we came. Basically just trying to account for my position. There's no other side doors or areas here. There's a ghoulie lying in shadow, waiting for me to approach. Alright, so I guess we'll just go back fully the way we came. So obviously, we came that way, we came in this way. This is obviously leading to the poison. That was the side area that took us to the balcony. So we're going to open up this door here, and this should take us to our next stage. Take care of the ghoulie. And get a sharp blood gemstone. Over here, here's our door out. Open that up. And let's go open that gate below. We have something down there to grab. I just want to make sure there's nothing up here I missed because I was focused on getting the nightmare. Throwing knives, great. And then we will go ahead and open this door. And then here we will have a nightmare and a mad one. How much does this take again? Only one quicksilver. It feels like it took a lot more. I almost thought maybe I'm seeing shit. Obviously here you have these incense little things that we usually would obscure us. Well, these ones actually do poison damage, so you want to destroy them any chance you get. So go ahead and destroy them, and then flip the switch. And then we are going to go about heading back the way we came. By taking the right outside this door here, which will lead us back the way we came. And then just drop down here, and we're on to the next room. So obviously we don't have a side area, so thankfully we were lucky enough to get the luck of actually going through that side area. Not really so much a side area, but an extension of that area. So we get the benefit of getting that blood gemstone as well as a couple of those other items. So thankfully we got that lucky. So right away we're going to head in here, but we're going to change our gear. Because I'm pretty sure we'll fight a Sumerian Elder. Which I don't know what we're going to fight. Let's see. Oh, we got an undead giant. Bang, bang, bang. So we got an Adept Blood gemstone for that. And that is one less Chalice Dungeon we need to contend with. So that one is pretty much taken care of. I mean, it is a root Chalice Dungeon, so it will pretty much be about as straightforward as it gets with that in that capacity. So we could take that one off the board. But you can pretty much rerun it with varying degrees of difficulty. So we pretty much ruled this one out. This basically is a benefit to us in the long term. So we can honestly just run that again if we so want to. Fetid Hintertomb is pretty much a straightforward one. We'll go ahead and see what else we can put here. So we got the Hintertomb Root Chalice Dungeon. We got the lower Hintertomb Root Chalice Dungeon. We just did the Fetid Hintertomb. So pretty much right there, Fetid Offering, that's basically the one we just did. But we can run that one as many times over as we want. But what we really want to do is set up a lower Hintertomb Chalice Dungeon. So we're going to go ahead and conduct that ritual and set this one up. And then when we get done with that, we'll come back and do that one. But the one we're going to move on to now is lower Hintertomb. Oh, we already have one already made. So we actually made two. Okay, no big deal. We'll run this one. At the very least, they're both the same damn thing, so it's not going to really make a bit of difference. It's basically just going to be me recycling it. So if anything, I'm going to run this one, then I can run the other one later on while I'm off stream. That'll make it easier. So I don't want to do the same one twice, but I don't want to do one and then miss something of value that ultimately you guys won't be able to see me get. So right away, we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. Light the lantern and get right to work. Rush ahead. To the left, there'll be a side area of the lower Hintertomb Chalice Dungeon. Now here, you're not going to have any offerings. It's basically going to be pretty straightforward. It's obviously triangular gemstones that we're looking for, so that's really the main focus of our goal at this point is just triangular gemstones. You will have to contend with poison enemies, so that is pretty much an evident circumstance with the Fetid Tomb. So we're going to go ahead and just immediately get a lower Fetid Hintertomb Chalice Dungeon right there. Gemstone, excuse me. And then basically just get right to the next stage of it. Up above, nothing here, but that is basically going to be where we're going. Rats will be poison-induced. So we have to watch out for poisonous elements. Most notably with the rats and the blood and the poisonous liquid pools on the bottom that you basically will be having to navigate. So don't be surprised if you have to change out some of your outfit for poison protection. If you feel like you want more, you can always go back to the Hunter's Dream and put on one of those poison protection runes. Oh! I did not see him. I should have been listening, and I wasn't. Alright, this is getting dicey. This fucking guy called them assholes, and they came a-running. You don't need to throw Molotovs, guy. You're right in front of me. Grab the Quicksilver bullet that was hidden over here, and then we'll keep our head on a swivel for any other surprises of that nature. More Quicksilver bullets. Get rid of every one of these oil burns because I do not want to get blown up. So, pretty much what we're going to do is head up here now. Obviously, there's no way up from there, and we got a big old ghoulie right here waiting for us. And we'll run across. We don't have to worry about no pendulums here. But we will have to worry about a madman with a poisonous corpse. Now, the unique thing about this enemy is you want to be careful with the corpse swings, because it does huge poison damage. So whenever this new unique form of madman will basically swing that corpse like a weapon, similar to how the troll swings the gargoyle statue, with the exception that every time it hits with that body, it basically casts a cloud of rapid poison. So what you want to do is avoid that and try to parry her when she tries to swing it. At the top, you get this coffin, open it up, and you got an odd tempering blood gem. Over here, cold blood dew and pebbles. And then we are going to head back the way we came and get back on task with the first Chalice Dungeon door. As we find our way out, I believe our exit is here. Yep, there's the tunnel. And then once you come out here, we're going to find our way to the left and enter the first lair entry. Light the lantern. Business as usual. And inside here, we will have a number of ghoulies lying in wait. Obviously, we will have an ambush as well. And then open the chest. Ritual blood level 3. Obviously we have more ghoulies. We're going to go ahead and get rid of them. I think I'll take off Argo Breathus. That was fun while it lasted, but I don't have any interest in continuing with it. I think it's clear to say that magic is not necessarily my strong point in this game. Though I'm sure there are many of you who will probably find different methods of use with your strategy in terms of your playstyles. Over here, another chest with some Quicksilver bullets in it. And then we will have two doors, one to the left and one to our right. We're going to open the one to our right first. Inside, obviously, a dark room. Corpse with some cold blood dew. We got riflemen above us firing on us. We're gonna go ahead and just get right up there and get rid of them. Ooh, Scoozy. Get the quicksilver bullets off that one, then drop down and get the quicksilver bullets off this one. Get some get some blood bullets by sacrificing some of your health. And then we are going to go about up here with another door leading into a corridor, taking us to the right to a dead end where there is another body with one quicksilver bullet. Wow, that was underwhelming. Instead, what we'll do is we'll head down now this hallway into this door and open it up, and it'll take us into a area over what looks to be like a courtyard or a grand hall. So let's get these guys' attention. I don't want them dropping off. Then I gotta chase their ass. So we've dispatched them. Down below us, we will see a mad one in the dark down there, which we will deal with her soon enough. But right now, our first priority is to open up the way forward, which I believe the gate switch will be in this room. So we'll grab the 3 quicksilver bullets off his body, the pebbles off this body, and then we will head down here where we will have a watcher waiting to engage us. If she starts swinging around, that's a good opportunity to get a quick shot in to get an easy visceral attack on her. Tempering blood gemstone from her and 5,000 echoes. Go ahead and flip the switch. And then check around these little nooks and make sure there's nothing there before we head back up. And then we're gonna, instead of going across, we're gonna drop down quietly to the right over here. She doesn't know that we're here, that's good. So we're gonna walk right up behind her and backstab her just like that. Easy visceral attack, easy echoes. She will obviously drop quicksilver bullets. And I believe that will be able to okay, yep, we don't need to worry about it. So now we'll go through this door, which we did not get to explore, and we will head our way back. I didn't hear him. I heard him move, but I didn't see where he was. Ah, another ambush. You motherfucker. Enough out of you. So once we get the gate open, we're going to head into here and search the side area, which I think there is one, and there is. Take the left. And then head up the ladder and then through this door, which will take us to some ticks. I can hear dogs below us, so there's probably a lower level. Obviously we can hear a poltergeist now, and a nightmare. So we'll get rid of the nightmare, get the tempering blood gemstone from it, destroy the poison incense. Now she just dropped down here. We'll get rid of the poltergeist. Instead of going up the ladder, we're going to open up this door now into a underground chamber. Get rid of the ghoulie before he intercepts us. And grab the blood vial or whatever he drops off of it. Intercept him. Visceral attack. This mad one in here has got flaming sickles, so we have to be careful. Quicksilver bullets. Go ahead and open the coffin. And we'll find ritual blood level 3. Check the chests to the left of this chamber. You'll find more ritual materials, I have no doubt. And yes, we have 2 more chests on the right side. Then we'll head back the way we came, and we'll ascend that ladder in that makeshift, that little tiny courtyard room. Is there a ladder? Okay, yeah, we got one right here. I'm pretty sure there's resources up above we can collect. To the right here. Another tick enemy. Grab the 2 blood vials off the body in the hallway of the dead-end hall. And then head across and open up this path. And in here we will have a number of ghoulies. I'm just gonna slash and get rid of them. Get rid of the dog. Over here, another quicksilver bullet. Over here, another 2 throwing knives. And then by this tree, over here, some blood vials. And we have a coffin here, a chest as well. Open the chest and let's see what we got. Ritual blood. And then we are gonna go through here. In this stairwell room. First we'll go down. See where that takes us. Looks like this is the way we... Okay, this goes into another area, so we'll go back the way we came, and we'll search that other room that we bypassed. Since this just takes us back the way we came. We'll go over here, and I think this is actually going to be our way out, the side area. Yep. And now we're going to head right into the next stage of our fight with Layer 2. And we have a brain sucker! Oh, wonderful. So what we're going to want to do is just keep this asshole at arms, make him chase us. I do not want to give him the opportunity to... I do not, brother. I'm American. I wish I could learn French, but I suck. And that's it. Brain sucker's down. And there we got a tempering damp blood gemstone and a bloodstone chunk. Welcome to the stream, brother. Hope your New Year's was good. Go go ahead and light the lantern, and then we're gonna drop down right into the next area. Take the elevator, and we'll head down. And there's no side area, it's a straight shot right to the next layer, second layer of the Chalice Dungeon. There we have the gate leading into the next layer, but we cannot access it, so we need to find our way down into the thick of getting to it. So grab the supplies that are up here, blood vials, bullets, whatever, then descend the stairwell. Looks like these ghoulies are kind of a bit stir crazy with themselves. Easy work. That's 1 for 3. Now we will proceed into the tunnel leading into the next chamber. Obviously we have a ladder here going up. Before we do that, we're going to engage with this threat here first. Visceral attack. I want to try to lure these guys away if I can. Oi! Had to get rid of that witch pretty fast because I don't want to deal with her. I don't need her carving my face up like it's an apple. And then we will go about getting ourselves the quicksilver bullets here, the blood vials there, and then we're going to head up the stairs. Obviously there's a passage there, we'll check that out first. Making our way from the bottom up. Alright, this obviously takes us back to this passage here, which is actually a ladder leading up. We probably could have taken this, but we didn't, so it is what it is. I'm not sweating it. We're going to head through here, though, back the way we came, and then continue our ascent. Open the door. And in here, we will find another mad one lying in wait by the switch. Grab the quicksilver bullets and get ready to engage. Easy. Throwing knives. Blood vials. Quicksilver bullets. And ritual blood level 4. Good. Now, flip the switch. And we are on our way to the next stage of this business. So we're gonna... A brain? We got a blood liquor. Okay, so let's, well, let's see what she gets. Let's see what we get from killing her. She she's obviously right above us, so we're gonna go back and get her. Pretty sure the other cases of the other enemies in the other areas are blood lickers as well, but I won't pursue that. I'm here, and that's as far as I'm willing to go with it. Because these guys probably don't pay out much of anything at this point. So we're going to just go ahead and easy kill it. Boom. Done. For 2,000, I'll take it. So now that we pretty much accomplished that, we're going to go ahead and just roll, and just head out the way we go. Now what we'll do is we'll head up the steps. And through the door. Now I do not know, I think there may be a side area up ahead. We're gonna see what it is. And we have one. So here we go. Take the side area to the right. Pretty much a foregone conclusion that this central area is pretty much evident. Down below we have an undead giant with a cannon. We do not want to engage him right now, so we're going to circle around very quietly. And, well, not so much quietly because he can't hear us up here. So we'll just circle around out of his sight line and head through this door here. There will be some antidote there. I can hear some corpses, so some animated corpses, so that means that there's probably going to be an oily or poisonous area below us. Nope. Sorry, buddy. You're out. Grab the supplies off the bodies, including the blood vials off of the one over here, and then we are going to go over here, grab the antidote, and then we're going to go up and grab the antidote here, as well as the bone marrow ash there. Over here, we will have a huge ghoulie, pretty much protecting this chest, which we will take out. Inside the chest, we will find inflicted organs. I'll go ahead and give this guy a good rating for that. Fear your blindness, and may the good blood guide your way. I'll give him a good rating too. Gotta give some ratings that are good, even if it's not exactly orthodox, because in the interest of fairness, it could be a benefit to them in the long term. So open up this door here, and inside here we'll have pebbles. And then I think that is pretty much it. Time for birds. I don't know what that's about. But we'll go through this passage here. And ritual blood will be here. And I believe there will be a mad one, and of course there is. Shit. Bad place to get cornered. That was lucky. And Quicksilver bullets will be what she drops for us. Now we'll go over to the coffin, open that up, and inside we will find Bloodshot eyeballs, more ritual items for our more Chalice Dungeons. You're going to get a lot of ritual items, so it's kind of good that you get them, because as you complete Chalice Dungeons, you'll be going to even harder, more dangerous Chalice Dungeons over time. So we're just going to drop down here. And yeah, this is the way we don't want to go. We want to go back this way and take those steps down now. We'll go ahead and get rid of this big old ghoulie. Two mold. I think I definitely want to equip my saw cleaver again, because it's got the fire damage. And there we have it. A corpse covered in oil. Easy dead. And here we have a poison pond. I can hear a blood liquor above us. So we're going to take advantage of that when we get out of here. So let's go ahead and get started by taking a huge hit at this guy here. Of course he would. This guy is such a tryhard. Really, dude? You gonna cheat? That was just dirty as shit, like blasting at the ground level. You know what's sick about that for me is the fact that it doesn't do any damage to the enemy. It does shitloads of damage to me, but he don't get none of the backblast of that attack, and I think that is a fucking travesty. I would understand it more if it was something that impacted us both. It would be like a desperate attempt to kill me. Okay, I can get behind that. I could get that. But to just blast the ground and not take any blast damage from that on your own accord, because it's like literally, I mean, it might as well be right at his freaking feet. But somehow or another it doesn't affect him? Nah, I think that should be changed. I mean, otherwise it's kind of defeats, it kind of doesn't seem like it makes much, I mean, make it make sense. You're gonna blast me, and then you're just gonna not take any of the blowback damage from that? Nah, man, come on. Alright, I gotta go further up if I want to get that blood liquor. I'll check this tunnel. Alright, this will take me to where I gotta go. Where is this little toe rag? Ah, there she is. Right on her head. And I got a level 4 blood-tinged gemstone. So now we are going to just go ahead and drop down here. We'll take a little damage, but it's okay. And then we're just going to make our way back to the central chamber. To the main corridor, I should say. And we're going to go to our right and enter our second major boss battle, which is going to be the Forgotten Madman. Now, the Forgotten Madman is basically a pretty much unique hunter in the form of a hunter with a Holy Blade. He's also going to use the power of Ludwig's Holy Rifle, as well as Ludwig's Holy Blade. Oh, hello. He's pretty much gifted with arcane powers. He's obviously using the conch shell as well as the augur of Abritus. And we have a second one now, which is obviously a threat. We want to deal with both of them. The Madman's escort is going to use a Kirkhammer as well as a flame sprayer, so we want to get rid of the Madman first. So which that takes care of the Madman, almost. Madman has been taken care of, now it's just the escort. Which he was pretty easy, but the Madman was the main course of our goal there. This is a unique boss that you will always encounter in the Hintertomb, but by killing him, you unlock the lower Hintertomb root chalice. So we have accomplished that with that scope, and we got 2 twin bloodstone shards. So we're gonna go ahead and light the lantern now. Those guys are pretty much like susceptible to thrust attacks, as you can tell, so they're pretty much straightforward. The biggest threat you have to contend with is the Madman, which basically uses arcane magic, as we saw, between the conch shell and the augur of Abritus. So once we get down the elevator, take the door and open it up, and then we're going to head into the third and final lair section of this Chalice Dungeon. Be mindful of the threat ahead. Hopefully we can get some of our resupplies. I really don't want to head back to the Hunter's Dream quite just yet. I want to see if I can get some of the resupplies I need through this next area. So we'll see what we can do. Obviously the door to our right is going to be our way out. Door to our left is going to be a cascade, is going to be a dark hallway. Looks like a main chamber. A court hall of some kind. So we're going to take advantage of this opportunity to get an easy kill on this Madman, which is lying in wait in the shadows. Easy work. With the Sage Wrist. And then we have those 2 threats neutralized as well. Take a moment. Just want to make sure there's no hidden chambers or passages that we're missing. And then we're going to head back to the main chamber. And instead of going, and we're going to take a left and head into this next room. And then no items or rooms down here, so we'll take the ladder and we'll go up. And then we will have a door to our front and then the door to our left. We'll take the door to our left first. We have poison. Somebody stepped in poison. We have blood vials. That's a good sign. We also have more quicksilver bullets. Also a good sign. Over here we have a guy with a cannon. Bone marrow ash. Get him away from that cannon so we don't get fired upon. And then we have Madman's Knowledge. And then here we will have our way through this door And then I think this will take us to a side area. So we'll head down here. Go ahead and visceral attack him. Get him out of our way. And then we will open up the door at the bottom of the ladder. And then we will enter this room. Which essentially, it seems like this is pretty much a... It looks like this may be a side area, or an extended area, much like the first one we encountered. So that explains why the poison is over there affecting them. Basically, they're just walking around through poisoned areas. Over there, they're being affected, so... Open the chest real quick. If you can get it, great. If not, don't worry about it. Deal with the threats and then get the item from the chest. In the case, it'll be two bloodshot eyeballs. And then we're gonna head over here and get rid of this big old giant ghoulie and get him out of our way. And then over here, on this body, we will find bone marrow ash. Obviously, we have a chest here, but we can't get to it with these poison clouds in the way, so we're going to get rid of them. And get rid of the ghoulie. 2 blood vials. Get us some blood bullets, extra blood bullets, and an odd tempering blood gem. Now in here we will have a guillotine trap. Trip it and then walk under it once it's dropped. We got a rifleman above us. We're gonna open up this trap, this locked door here. I'm gonna definitely change my weapon though. Essentially, I'm going to try to get the drop on them. I was, until I saw this damn nightmare. Come on, dickhead. There you go. That a boy. The nightmare will drop an odd tempering blood gem. We're gonna just go ahead and chop up Broadway with these guys with our threaded cane. Two for one. Destroy just make sure you destroy the poison ones, because the poison incense burners, because otherwise you're just, it doesn't really matter, they're going to spawn back in if you die, but it's just important that if you engage with the enemy, you don't want to get overwhelmed to the point where you're completely sidetracked, that you can't really deal with them. I mean, if anything, they just compound the problem for you. I could hear a blood licker, and there's a little bitch right there, so let's go ahead and get her attention. Hi, doll. Listen, we need to talk. I'm tired of you sucking up that shit because I need you to stop. Whatever happened to consent? So we're going to go ahead and head into here. We got another one. I hear another blood licker. yeah. Oh, we got nightmares. Those aren't nightmares. Little stupid cockroaches. He got me. Dick. So once we've dealt with that, we're gonna head back up and see where these other paths lead us. Obviously in there. Ooh, a messenger bath. Let's go. Now the cool thing about the messenger bath is we can actually buy those other all-powerful weapons that we get from the DLC. So if you get a DLC weapon, you can come here. If you are lucky enough to find this bath, you can get this bath and you can buy the other bonus weapons attributed to those DLC weapons. So we pretty much have the base DLC weapons like the Beast Hunter Scythe, the Beast Cutter, and the Moonlight Sword, and the Boom Hammer. We pretty much can get the upgraded other ones here. They're not upgraded, but they other versions here. We won't get them anywhere else. So you can pretty much buy them here and then just have them in tow. So obviously we can't buy them all, which is a little bit disappointing, but we actually now have the means of getting most of them. So we'll go ahead and buy at least some that we can afford. Obviously the uncanny, the whirligig saws and stuff we can't get to, but the cool thing is I will leave this open now because now I can actually go about getting it. I can always finish the other one and leave this one open, or leave this one open and finish the other one. It doesn't really matter, but now we have these open to us and we can get them. You can also buy the Sinister Hintertomb Chalice, which will basically enable you to get your hands on this chalice and invade the Sinister, where you can actually play with PvP elements. So I'm going to do it for the sake of getting completionist practices, but I'm not going to do it for the sake of PvP. But ultimately, we pretty much got that in order, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to just go ahead and buy a couple more. We can buy resources here, but it's a small fortune, as you can see. I only managed to buy 2 blood vials. So, but I'll be paying a visit here more often when I buy all those weapons. But if you're looking for those other bonus weapons for the DLC, this is how you find them. There's no grand secret. There's no grand design or scope. You just go about finding it, and that's it. So right away in here, we will find that there is a bunch of little critters and these little ticks, and we're going to basically just go to bed and go about getting rid of them as much as we can. I essentially would like to use blood tinge more, but unfortunately the downside of it is I don't have the luxury of power protections yet for the sake of using. Come on, sweetheart, come and get me. So at least we got rid of the mad one. Now we can just deal with the bugs. And then we'll go find that little witch of a blood liquor. Keep your eyes on the ceiling, though, because some of these little bugs will drop down if you get too close, which is going to basically give them reinforcements. So once we go ahead and get through that, open the coffin, and inside we will find more inflicted organs. And that will be it. Obviously we'll have a blood liquor probably appear up here. I have no doubt. But, oh, I'm so glad I found that chalice. I'm so glad I found that. And the cool thing is, actually, I can use this and keep this open. I can come back here and revisit this location and get the benefits of that in that particular fashion. There's our blood liquor. Let's go ahead and ninja walk right up to her and stab her in the back. And she will drop a warm blood gemstone. There's another blood liquor. I think it's going to be the one directly above us, the one where we just killed that one. So we're going to climb up there and get her. Damn, I'm so glad I found that. Let me see, which ones do I have to buy now? I have to see. So we have the saw spears all collected. It's basically 3 versions of each weapon. So we have to get the lost holy moonlight sword and the 2 versions of the whirligig saw and the 2 versions of the Amidala arm. So 2, 4, 5. There's 5 weapons in all that we can get. Eventually that will get higher because we have other weapons we'll find, like Simon's bow blade, as well as the bloodletter. But these are all weapons we will find in the DLC. So we'll get our chance of finding those weapons. Now that we've taken care of that blood liquor, we can make our way out. Oh, another blood liquor. Hi, sweet. Come on out. So with that pretty much taken care of, we're pretty sure I just gotta figure out what... Okay, nope, this is not where we want to go. There was a door with a ladder. I remember that, so let's find it. I think that's it, dead ahead. That is it. So we're gonna take this elevator, we're gonna take this ladder back up to the original chamber and see if we can find that switch. That'll take us to the next Chalice Dungeon. I think we bypassed that. Came through here. Yep, poison. And there's the other door we didn't go through, so we'll go through this door. This will take us to our switch, I believe. There's our door to our right. Grab the ritual blood level 4. And I hear a blood liquor. Is it below us? Yep, there she is. Another one right for the taking. So we'll get her when we're making our way out. So grab the item off the body here, 4 blood vials, and then we have another mad one. Matter of fact, let's change our clothes. There, now I'm not covered in blood no more. And that will take care of her. Now, I'm pretty sure we'll have another blood liquor here. If we get lucky enough and he appears, then I will come back. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it. She will drop us a dirty blood gemstone. And we'll pull the switch, and that will open the way forward. Get our sword ready for the job. I don't hear anything, so that's usually a good indicator. There is no other blood-sucking little freak show waiting for me, so we'll just go ahead and... Okay, nope, don't hear anything, so... Looks like we're gonna have another side area, though, so let's see. Yep, another side area. Looks like this area is going to be a poison-clad area, so we're going to need to be due diligent here. I'm pretty sure there's going to be 2 undead giants. Usually in the poison major chamber like this, a huge cavernous chamber like this, loaded with poison, there's 2 giants, multiple ghoulies, it looks like. So we're going to need to change our attire. So we're going to put on our healing church poison protection. I really hate wearing this thing. I think it looks so ugly. I look like a damn nun. So we're gonna put that on, and we're gonna basically just make our... Actually, another thing we're gonna put on is we're gonna put on our... we're gonna use some poison knives, because we're gonna need the added advantage of poisoning these little bastards. The giants I'm speaking of. So we'll get his attention. I don't want to try to fight him in the poison. I want to try to get him away from the poison. It'll make my job easier. Let's see, is there anyone else here? Yep, there's one over here. I don't want to get into the sight line of the giant, so I'm trying to avoid that. Two giants with cannons. Oh, that's just wonderful. So we're going to have to go ahead and do this the old-fashioned way. You know, actually, this is a good opportunity. This is a ripe opportunity because you know what I can do? I can actually use a very unique item that will actually make my job a little easier, provided I use it correctly. So right away, we're going to go ahead and equip the medicine over here because we're going to want these back to back. So what we're going to want is, first, we're going to want the lead elixir. And then what we're going to want is the Shaman Bone Blade. Now, the unique thing about the Shaman Bone Blade is it's a unique weapon that you have to hit with. You have to hit with it. Otherwise, if you miss, it'll just break. It breaks regardless. But basically what it does is for 15 seconds, it disorients an enemy and it turns them against the others. So my plan here is to basically use the Shaman Bone Blade to turn one of these undead giants on the other, provided I'm lucky enough to get close enough to them. So we're going to try to get close, real careful like, and we're going to turn him on his other homebody, which will make our job much easier. In which he'll turn on them, which he will then turn on the other giant too, I think. We got poisoned, so now we're going to basically try to do the same with this one over here. We're going to use the Shaman Bone Blade to turn on him. he got me! See, but that's the exact reason why I wanted to use it. But as you can see, if I could get him to turn on his attack, I could actually really screw him up. You just see, that would have worked if I had used it, if I actually had them face it. But they didn't focus on each other. They focused on the ghoulies. They didn't really focus on each other, which is really disappointing. But that was the initial plan. That was my go-to plan right from the start. But it's okay. I'm gonna head back to the Hunter's Dream though, and I'm gonna resupply, because that would be a huge benefit right there if I could get that thing to work. So I'm gonna head over here and get some more of the Simon. I'm gonna get more of the. Oh, we got the. Yeah. Where's the storage? Okay, there's the storage. All right, so we're gonna get 3 of these. We're gonna get. Don't think we need much more else than that. I mean, it's such a benefit to have that. It really is. And I think I'm going to change my my runes as well. I need all damage reduction by 4%. And I think I'll do slow poison resistance. I'll get the eye as well. I'll collect the eye. But while we're here, let's take a look inside our messenger bath item over here, and we will find that we actually, by taking down the madman of the Chalice Dungeons, Madman Waller is his name, we will have access to the Madman outfit. So we'll go ahead and buy that, get all those incense, get all those outfits, pieces, and then we're gonna get right back into back to that Chalice Dungeon. Lower Hintertomb, obviously that's the one we're doing, but we're going to wait for this one, so. I think I also want to probably put on the blue mist, because if I can get rid of those guys, I could probably focus their attack on each other properly. So let's go ahead. Let's get the medicine on. Let's get the poison knife on. Let's have the lead elixir on. Let's have the shaman bone blade on. And I think what I'll do is I'll get the blue elixir on as well. Where is it? Oh, I ran out. I don't have any blue elixir. That sucks. I gotta buy some. Alright, no big deal. I am not dying down here. That little son of a bitch over there with the blue eyes, he's the one who's got my echoes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Shaman Bone Blade him, and while he's distracted, I'm going to run over here and I'm going to throw a stone at him and then basically get his attention. So, cross your fingers. Here we go. Son of a bitch didn't work. Come on! I can't risk it. These fucking guys, I wish they targeted each other when I used it, but they don't target each other, and that's the thing. That's what makes it so damn annoying. I'm not going to take the chance. I can't. I don't want to do it, but I don't want to take the chance. So. Need to put the goddamn medicine on, that's for sure. It's really a shame. It could be so useful if it was used in the correct way. But the thing is it doesn't target the biggest. What it should do is they should immediately target like the biggest threat in the known in the greater area. That's what they should do. So I'm just gonna have to go with the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna have to methodically wear them down with poison. The biggest thing I can hope for is the fact these assholes are stupid enough to stand in the poison and just continuously continue to get poisoned. So that's probably the biggest thing I can hope for in that scale. But frankly, I don't have the luxury of sitting here all day, so... I just lost that. I just lost those 40,000 echoes because this asshole wants to, act like it's World War II. So, oh, that's fucking sick. That is so sick. Mm. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna call for help. I'm gonna ring my beckoning bell and see if I get lucky and get some people who will help me with this, because I am not in the mood to continue to screw around with this guy. I want to get on with the rest of the other parts of the dungeons, and I'm not going to waste time doing this crap anymore. So I'm going to wait for somebody to show up, and I'm going to go get these assholes. I'm annoyed now. I'm salty. I'm salty right now. Oh, my blood pressure is up too, so that may be part of it. So I need where's my headache? I got a headache right now, so that's got me so annoyed. I wasted those shaman bone blades for nothing. And they should have worked. So it's okay. 60,000 I can take a loss on. I could not take a loss if it was like 790,000. I actually made a boon of like 1.2 million earlier in Blood Echoes when I was doing farming. But this is a good example of the incredulous difficulty that is some of these times that some of these things are. I mean, and you know what the sick thing is for me is that this isn't even a cursed. This isn't cursed. Our health isn't cut by half. Our health is that big, but literally they just like one shot me like that, and it's like instant death. Which is why I think the undead giants are some of the worst Chalice Dungeon enemies I think that exist in the Chalice Dungeons. I've actually fought the bosses, but sometimes the bosses are cheap as shit. The cannon is one such example of why I hate them. Because they're incredibly just OP to the point where it's like it doesn't matter how much health you have, you're gonna get fucking one-shotted every time. So all I can do is hope I can get lucky and get some much needed help with my with anyone who's probably available. So I'm still gonna get started. I'll probably drop some coins. I won't need the lead elixir, and I won't need the shaman bone blade anymore. So I'll just drop some coins and yeah, follow the coins. I need you. I mean, I kind of did it to myself too because I didn't really want to wait and wait and wait and wait. I wanted to get through the damn thing. What kills me is I got added damage protection, but apparently it's still not enough to protect me from a huge cannon shot. Alright, so he's getting poison damage, so that's good. I wonder how much, I wonder if he's going to continue to get poison damage from just standing there. I don't know if he's standing in a puddle, that's the thing. He has to have physical contact with the pool to continuously get poison damage. So... Motherfucker! There you go, asshole. Eat shit. So we're going to go ahead and just get back on track here, because we got fucking screwed all up by that nonsense. Over here you'll find some quicksilver bullets, some thick cold blood, more quicksilver bullets, some blood vials. So we at least made some recompense for that fucking travesty. I'm not really happy about losing all that 60,000 echoes, but I mean, I can always make it up, but it's just the point. You know, I didn't think I would actually. I mean, I thought I actually was. I am actually very, very frustrated that Shaman Boneblade didn't work as good as it could have. I mean, that literally has got me super annoyed because it should have worked. I've seen actually videos where people have got it to work, and it's actually done them huge favors. It's like the most reputable one that I know it does really well on is in the DLC with another getting two enemies to fight each other. But again, it's one of those situations where it's like it has to be within set parameters. So open up this door, see what is in here. And we got a madman. So once we've taken down the madman, we can get the sage wrists. And then over here on the body, we'll find antidotes as we use some of ours. Open the coffin, and inside we will find ritual blood. Bear with me a moment. Streaming. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the next, we'll go ahead and open up this path. Obviously there's resources down below we can get, which we're going to take advantage of. Murky blood gemstone, which is good. so we're gonna follow the path here. Obviously, we have rats in our way. I can hear a blood liquor, so we know there's one nearby. Chances are from the madman we took down. The mad one, I should say. Understood. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open up this door. This will take us back out the way we were, which is all well and good, but ultimately what we really want to do is get back up there and get that vile blood bitch. I believe the boss we're going to encounter down here is going to be either... I'm going to take a wild guess. It's going to probably be a blood-starved beast, because slow poison usually compensates and collaborates hand in hand with a blood-starved beast monster. So, obviously, right away, we can see that there is a blood liquor inside, so we're not going to have the element of surprise. We're just going to have to go in there and say fuck it, and just go for broke. And there we go. So now that we've taken care of the blood liquor, we can get the hell out of here. We have gotten everything we needed to get, with the exception of those little two details, but ultimately that is about as hard as we're going to get. Don't know why I just got poison status back when I didn't step on any water. So we're going to head up here. Gonna cancel my silent. I'm gonna use my silencing blink to cancel out my use of insight, because nobody's come yet. So there's no point in keeping that going. And then we are going to head up. And then we are going to head down and into the next major area. Oh, we got a Thumerian Elder! Excuse me. So the Thumerian Elder is essentially a magic-powered Thumerian warrior. He uses magic, so he'll use his staff as a means of turning into a crossbow at a distance. He'll teleport around, he'll use it into a spear. He'll also use it as a sickle. What we want to do is do attacks like that to get him set up. He'll teleport away and break off the lock-on, so you'll need to do the lock-on frequently. You want to be careful with that attack, because he will plant an explosive charge, which will detonate. Now, when he imbues it, his power will actually be increased, and the magic will be more volatile. Such as that. He also says that. But you want to avoid that at a distance. Very hard to visceral attack him. If you're not careful, he can kill you very easily. As you can see, there is the explosive charge I was telling you about. And now we got a visceral attack. And he should be done. Yep, done. Now, the Thumerian Elder is actually a step up from the Thumerian Descendant. As you can see, his main go-to is magic. It doesn't make him any less dangerous, but if I had to choose between one or the other, I would definitely take the Thumerian Elder over the Thumerian Descendant any day. Thumerian Descendant is a lot more aggressive and fast, so for killing him, we'll get the cold blood gem. We'll get a damp blood gem, and we'll get 2 twin bloodstone shards, and that will conclude this Chalice Dungeon. So, I'll definitely keep the other one. I'll do the other one in my own time, in that capacity, in that sense, because ultimately that will be my biggest thing in that measure. And what we will do now is pretty much I will do that one on my own time. This one is done. Now we are going to head to the ailing Loran Chalice Dungeon. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and upgrade some of my resources. I want to go ahead and put my runes back in their proper place, because I definitely want echoes, because if I decide to go back and buy those other weapons, I'm going to want those benefits of those said weapons. And to get those weapons, I need echoes. I need a lot of echoes. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. And basically, going to get started right there. We'll go ahead and fortify a weapon though. Probably the Rosamarius. So right away, as you can see, the ailing Loran is a much more darker, sort of ethereal kind of place. It is going to be a very popular place for a number of different types of enemies, most notably patient beasts, werewolves, and dark beast, Loran dark beasts, which we encountered in the Hunter's Nightmare as the Nightmare Frontier, as well as the Nightmare of Mensis. Those are those beasts that apparently have parasites in them, and their teeth are not horizontal, they're vertical. So you'll see them when we get there. But basically, this is going to be a very kind of werewolf-esque kind of place. Here, you'll be able to get a lot of Beast Hunter blood gems, a lot of Crescent Moon gems. So you'll have plenty of those options. So what we're going to do is equip the Saw Spear and have ourselves ripe and ready for any potential threat in the form of werewolves. So we're going to need Molotovs. We're going to need some fire paper. We're going to need some stones. So these are all things that we will definitely probably need in the grand scheme of things. I won't use the Molotovs quite just yet, because I have enough strength to easily rock a few werewolves with the weapons I have now. So lighting the lantern, we'll go ahead and get started right away. We have a side area to our right. Let's go ahead and get inside. And in the distance, you can see right away, we already have a werewolf lying in wait. And we also have patient beasts. Now here you will get a big boon of credibility here for blood echoes. 3,000 echoes is a pretty good, decent amount. And you can actually get your hands on taking down a couple werewolves as well, which will give you a good payout as well. We got 13 echoes from that, but we got a damp murky blood gem from that demon. And here we have a witch summoning some ghouls, some phantoms. So we need to get rid of her Fronto. So where do we find her? Well, we're right here, and basically we already got some bug phantoms. right away, we'll drop her, and that'll take care of the phantom problem. Get some quicksilver bullets off of her. Matter of fact, we're also going to get we're going to get one other little thing here. We're going to actually get ourselves upgraded with our weapon here. I don't know what we need left. What do we need? I think we need Windstone shards, or do we need Bloodstone chunks? Right away, you'll find that there's some beasts here. Try to get a visceral attack if you can. If you can, great. If you can't, don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. You're not going to lose a huge boon of echoes, but it would be helpful if you can get that lucky. I probably would say I'm going to try using it with the blunderbuss. I may have better success. Pistols are a little bit more trickier, whereas blunderbusses seem to have more success factor. So... Yep, we have a better success with the blunderbuss in this case, so... So we're getting a pretty good payout of echoes here, which is great, because we definitely want that. Here we have a nightmare. Fucking goddamn bug. Got Molotov cocktails. And in here we have a shining coins here. And then we also have a werewolf. Visceral attack. And with the visceral attack, that will bring us down the werewolf, and we will have 13,000 echoes. Now this will take us back to the main passage of where we originally were. Obviously we have a trap here, so we want to be careful we don't get killed by that. We almost did. And I think we'll go back up the way we came, though. Oh, here we go. We got a supply here. What is that? Oil urn. Good. Now, the common bosses you will encounter in this dungeon will be mostly going to be Dark Beast Paul, the Abhorrent Beast, possibly a Blood-Starved Beast, to name a few. You probably will encounter other enemies along those numbers and in those ranks, but I cannot really remember them off the top of my head. We'll just have to find them when we cover them. So head back to the chamber where we took down the phantoms, the bell-ringing woman, and you'll grab the supplies off the cart, as well as the chest, which was some tomb mold. And then we will head back up the stairs, back to the original chamber where we dispatched all those patient beasts, and we will take a left into the other passage. Here we will find another patient beast lying in wait, which we will dispatch. And then in here we will have a mad one. So matter of fact, we'll put the hunter pistol back on. Your enemies will be a little bit more stronger here, so you'll have to probably soften them up to get an easy kill on them with a visceral. And grab the dirty blood gem off her body, and then here we will have a coffin. Go ahead and open that for ritual blood inside. And then we will make our way back to the main chamber. I do not know if we have an encounters with any vile bloods in this particular area. I don't believe so, but do not quote me on that. I probably won't know until I hear one, if there is one to be heard. So we'll head back to the main hall. Ah, there's a beast. Go ahead and get an easy kill on him. And then we will go ahead into the first chamber lair. And light the lantern. And then I think I am going to take a break here. I have been playing for 3 hours, maybe 2 hours, just shy under 3 hours, but I'm quite happy with that. I'm a little bit frazzled that we actually struggled a little bit with the freaking giants, and I lost that big bank of echoes, but I mean, that's all we can really hope for. Now, I am going to actually get off here for a little bit. The reason why is because supper's almost done, and I'd like to stretch my legs. So what we're going to do when we get back is we're going to pick up exactly where we left off. I'm not going to go back to the Hunter's Dream. I'm going to stop the clock right here, right in this Chalice Dungeon. We're going to get through this Chalice Dungeon, and then we're going to move on to potentially doing another Chalice Dungeon that we have already unlocked. And then basically get ourselves into the sequence of just going through that process and getting more of these dungeons pretty much completed. I am not going to go back to the main story with the DLC until I have finished more of these Chalice Dungeons. There's a lot more that we still need to unlock, and there's a lot more we still need to explore. So with that being said, I'm going to call the stock right here and pretty much just, go head downstairs and get a much-needed bite to eat. And I will be back in a short time. So feel free to keep your eyes open and tuned in, because we're going to continue more of this in the next probably hour or so. So until then, stick around, as I am going to be back to continue more of our live stream coverage of Bloodborne, doing these Chalice Dungeons. I am Savage Squishy 86. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll answer them as best I can. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in a short bit. All right? Get some food and a bathroom break. Later.